take the right and the left on my headphones seriously.
Do you?
Yep.
As they say, get it together, my nigga.
All right. Here we go.
That's what I like to see. I like to see shit coming across. Your shit look hella crazy in the
This is
on the live. What's up, people?
Yo.
You'll give me some music, bro?
I am.
So I can be like, dun-dun-dun.
We got something for you.
You know what I'm saying?
We got something for you.
Welcome to Statz N FacTZ, episode 19, people. Back in the building. Got my boy Jay Gatsby in here with me.
Hello there. What up?
Ian in the building.
Yo. You know.
Davina's in the building. Damari's in the building. Crystal's in the building. And Ariana is in the building. That's how we doing it this afternoon. Just we're probably gonna have some new music for y'all.
We will. We're building it while we fly. Come on.
No, I'm saying, but the shit that he brings right now, I'm not changing. I'm not changing.
Are you talking about this?
Statz N FacTZ, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 19. I am your host, Drewski Wooski, the bald and bearded one.
And I'm just his guest, Jay Gatsby. What up?
We are coming to you on Dead Serious Radio. Hey,
boy,
we are here on a Sunday, which is kind of odd.
Yes, we are.
And
happy Sunday, guys.
Happy Sunday.
Football is back in season, guys. You know,
we on the West Coast, so we can talk about what we saw so far.
Yeah, we saw some things today.
Off to the left over here, we have a beautiful TV screen showing us some NFL action that we can't really play the audio and all that stuff. But I'm gonna tell y'all, this has been a great Sunday of football.
Yes,
so I have some questions that I just want to just bounce back and forth and get from y'all. We're live on Facebook, I believe. We're on the book. This is probably hit YouTube. Sorry.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to let us go live. So, fuck it. Here we go. I'm going to tell you today what I saw, what I learned, who's not going to the playoffs.
Yeah, speaking of that, yeah.
I'm still on this thing about Cam Newton. Where is he going to land?
Where I told you behind the scenes where he would land, it's not happening now.
No, it really should have happened.
It should have?
It should have.
But it didn't happen.
It
and now
should
at
have.
this point,
It should have.
with what they have in place, it's kind of tough. Things have started. Guys have already established their rosters.
All right, we're gonna get into that because we're gonna kind of just bounce around these topics. Are we set for another? Not another, but are we set for a Super Bowl rematch?
I have an unpopular opinion about that.
Okay.
I think on one side, that's where the possibility lies, and that's the NFC side. It's possible that the Bucs will get back. It's not a foregone conclusion on either side.
Okay.
But in the AFC, I think that KC could get stung.
I think you're about to give me your answer right off the rip, and we got like time to talk about this.
Yeah.
So hold on for a second. And I have one more question for you. Is Pat Mahomes Lamar Jackson's Tom Brady? I asked you this earlier off camera, obviously, and
we'll get into that too.
Your reaction was, I don't know, man. That was, sometimes this shit just comes to me, and
it's a genius comparison. You're seeing the mirror image in a totally different generation of quarterbacks,
right?
And we've seen this before, so we know what we're looking at when we see it. Right?
Right.
So you saying it, it's like, damn it, yes it is.
Yeah.
It is.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you, and you can probably ask me if you want, but if you care, what did you see today? So far,
in the first half of the games, I saw a lot of low scoring 7 threes, 10 sevens. A lot of defensive struggles today from both sides. Well, offensive struggles from both sides in multiple games. A lot of finals today. One of the things I saw is what we already knew. Aaron Donald is absolutely unguardable. He cannot be blocked on the football field on a consistent basis. It can't happen.
I was gonna say something that you had just mentioned about the scores, 10 threes and 10 sevens and all of that. This is the part of the season where the tracks are fast.
Yes, it is.
We're not on stopping tracks yet.
Not yet.
So these
perfect
games,
weather for everybody.
Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect weather for everybody. I don't understand half of this, and they're like, oh, the offense should be building up, and last year was the most touchdowns ever. This is going to be the biggest season ever. 17 regular season games for each team. Right. So what I saw was a little bit of a diluted product, a drag over from the preseason from some teams where it just didn't seem that it was too easy for the defense. Mm-hmm. Maybe the defenses are stepping up, but that's kind of what I saw. And in a few games, particularly with the Bengals and the Bears, it's like, oh man, can I ask you what the fuck is Matt Nagy thinking?
I can't tell you.
Like, his train of thought got to be the weirdest. Like, it's almost like if you like, oh, I don't know what I want for dinner. And then like somehow you open the door and there's 2 pepperoni pizzas sitting there at the curb, like right there, and they happen to have your name on them.
What?
And then you still like, I don't know what I want for dinner. Man, eat the pizza, dog.
Eat the damn pizza.
Eat the pizza, Matt.
I don't know.
He didn't want to put him in the game for nothing.
His indecisions may cost him his job if he's not careful. I'm just saying. Because you never know how things go through the season.
Andy Dalton needs to shoot him with his red rifle. Just put one in him.
The ginger kid went down for a little bit, but he came back.
That's what I said, and then they brought him back. Like, but when it happened, we were sitting there, and I said, "Hey, that was Drew Bledsoe.
That was
off to the side, limping.
He had the perfect layup to do it.
Yes,
and Nagy didn't do it.
Oh man, so it was a lot to talk about as far as like what we saw. Another thing that I saw was the Cleveland Browns leaning on their running game,
and a running game they have.
You can't give up 21 points to the Houston Texans, and they have Mills from Stanford.
That is true.
He's a guy from Stanford. I know him kind of because David Shaw coached him for a few years there, and everybody that goes through David Shaw kind of gets that, he rubs off on his players.
The Browns are a pretty good defensive team. They had a bad week. They could have did better, I should say. It wasn't bad. They got the win. But they can play a lot better than that. We've seen it.
Like, what if Tyrod Taylor stayed in that game?
We don't.
He scored on the play, but he messed up his foot.
Yeah,
I thought he was doing like a prayer in the corner of the end zone. He was trying to shake off a cramp. I was like, okay, I'm a little bit confused, but all right.
The Jets only put up 6 points against the Patriots.
Okay, now we know. Like, I'm just gonna give y'all a free bet. Like, the people in Las Vegas that watch this, if you see Bill Belichick on the docket against the rookie quarterback, if they're playing on Pluto, just take the Patriots and the points, okay? Because they don't have a chance.
Yeah.
None of them.
It's crazy. Speaking of people in Las Vegas, one of the things we saw today with them is, I saw this last week too, they found a way to win.
I kind of, I just said about David.
It didn't come together the way that you would want to.
Kind of rubbing off on him. It's like an ugly, grimy
game, but they found
a
way to, and it was like, you
kind of almost didn't even ever think the game was in doubt for them because they stayed up. It was 9-7.
They were always
16-7. They was winning the game. They stayed ahead, and that's not like the Raiders. No. But I'm gonna tell you what is like the Raiders. The team that started 6-3 last year beat my Cleveland Browns in Cleveland last year 16-6. I said, oh my God, but that was bad weather game, terrible weather game. All right, terrible weather game, but the Raiders won that game. Right now, I see Lockett getting loose for a touchdown right there. Just Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett had a big catch last week too.
Dude is awesome. So we seen. You told me what you saw.
They won a tough, grinded out road game.
So are you saying after I know these are teams we looking at the opponents, but are you saying you've learned the Raiders?
No, I cannot say that. All I'm gonna say is
mention them.
Well, all I'm saying is for the second straight week, like they did.
You see how I was looking at you,
like they did in week 1. For the second straight week, they found a way to win
I was about to say, you see how I was looking at you.
That's what I said when I said what I said about the Raiders. So just to be clear, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do or who they are. Derek Carr shows flashes in his whole career. I mean, he was a former MVP candidate, if I'm not mistaken, right? At some point, was he? Or was he right there in the conversation?
And then he got hurt.
He was in the conversation.
He got hurt.
Right.
I don't think he would have won the MVP.
No, I don't think he would have. I guess what I'm trying to say is
he was.
He shows that he can ball.
And when he got hurt, Tui Apasopoulos,
I know.
Came in.
Tui
Apasopoulos, man.
That's it. That's how.
Just say Apasopoulos.
Yeah, Apasopoulos.
Obisopoulos.
Nah, but he showed. I said that to say he showed that he can play the game.
Yeah.
But it's going different ways, and I'm just saying it's only week 2. I'm not projecting them. Let me be clear. But the Las Vegas Raiders are 2-0, and they won in the same manner that they did in 2 straight weeks.
Okay, so that's I don't know if we want to spend a lot of time on the Raiders.
No, I'm not. I'm just pointing it out. That's what I saw today.
Excuse me. Who is not going to the playoffs?
Whoa. Well, with that being said, by NFL statistics, if you start off 0-2, you have a 12% chance of going to the playoffs. I didn't make that up. That's a fact. That could be looked up.
It's actually 11.6.
All right, so round off, we got 12, right? So
Shout out to E-Weezy, man. E-Weezy said it's 11.6.
Stat man.
So, shit, that sounds like...
So it's even worse.
Hey, your chances of making the playoffs at that point are a low-frequency AM radio station.
Slim and none.
Welcome to 11.6. That shit don't even sound right. Welcome to 11.6. Your chance to make the playoffs.
Who's not making it? By the measure that it's 11.6.
All right.
We'll go with the losers that are 0-2. The Colts being one of them.
I think I should have asked this question differently because it's kind of easy. I'm gonna change the question. Out of all these 1-2 teams, which one do you think could make the playoffs?
All right. Give me a sec. Just reading. Let's say the Saints could be right there. Well, no, they're not. They're 1-1.
No, they're the Saints are 1-1.
0-2 from the finals that we have already. None of them. All for the finals that are finals today. None of them. They're not making the playoffs. The Bengals are not making it. The Texans are not making it.
The Bengals are 1-1.
The Bengals they won last week. What am I talking?
Yeah, the Bengals are 1-1.
All right, yeah. Let me
smoking that Griffey. All right.
Yeah, listen.
Out of all the 0-2 teams, the one that I think can make the playoffs is hear me out.
I'm listening.
The New York Giants. You know why? Because they're gonna win some 16-12, 19-14, early World War II kind of games.
And their division beats up on
and it's gonna happen. They're gonna beat the Cowboys at least once.
Yeah, they already got
Yeah. Saquon hasn't started doing anything as far as running the ball. So you know that's the team that I'm
he's still getting his legs under him coming off an injury. You're right about that. So
yeah.
And Danny Dimes is not a slouch. It's just, I mean, he's still young.
If he figure out that the football is very precious,
yes,
and just don't drop it.
I'm impressed by his wheels though. He got legs.
No, he should have had two. He should have had two rushing touchdowns on Thursday, but one of them he got called back.
One was a 23-yarder.
Look at Kyler Murray did some crazy shit.
Kyler Murray's the truth, yo. I'm gonna have to say it now, yo. He can play, yo.
That game is 20-20 right now, and they are not even at halftime. Okay,
he's baby Russell Wilson.
This is the worst time I could have ever caught the hiccups, but I had the hiccups, so I don't even know. Like,
that's a good call for the 0-2 that could make.
If I burp in your face, my bad, but these hiccups is vicious. But yeah, it's gonna be the Giants. They're gonna win a couple games that they're not supposed to win. A quick question. Where will Cam Newton land?
Off camera, I told you that I thought that he would land in Washington. I thought it was perfect. Ron Rivera was the coach.
This is like a week and a half ago, right?
Well,
this is right when it happened.
When it happened.
I hit you up.
You hit me up and you asked me what I thought. You let me know about the story, actually. I got an alert, but I didn't read it.
Yes.
I said
shout out to my
Washington.
lady. She hit me at work and brought that one to my attention. I said, "Oh
Lucky.
God!" I said, "Babe, what the man?"
So I don't know
I should call
where
her
he's
Babe
going to land
Schefter.
now. It seems like the team's got their starters, so we know he's not going to be coming in as a starter.
Right.
Any quarterbacks that we know got hurt in week 1 that he could kind of step in and be a backup or off the street?
Oh, well, I thought Indy was like, Wentz. I don't think no disrespect to Jacob Eason because he's thrown way more NFL passes than I have.
Cam could have did it.
But Cam could have just stepped in and said, "All right, at least we have two viable quarterbacks."
I need to ask.
Is that a bad word to
No, you're
call
right.
somebody solid? Because they're saying they're solid is like giving them a lot of.
You're giving them credit for being a solid player, yeah.
All right. So it's like
Giving them their flowers, but at the same time,
I'm not calling him a game manager or nothing. I'm saying
No.
he's just a viable quarterback.
Yes, he's
Okay.
a serviceable quarterback.
Okay.
Speaking of Jacob Eason, I think I called that one off the backboard as we were watching.
Oh, so he called a play.
I did.
He did.
I got lucky.
I was about to leave my house. I was just about to say, "Fuck it, I'm out of here." Because this nigga making me think my house got like some type of. Soon as dude came in the game, and then he said the player that would get the interception.
When they announced that Jacob Eason was coming off the bench for Walker to and Wentz, I said, "Oh, Jalen Ramsey's going to get a pick." And literally,
by God,
first down, called the play. Jalen Ramsey got the pick.
the very first play.
Very first play. I called one off the backboard. That's it. I just want to
No, that was
applaud this man. That's all. I just want to buy accolades. That's all.
No, that was a good one. So I didn't really have a place where I thought the banks are not open on Sunday, by the way.
They're not.
Soon to be though. I'm hearing news of like weird shit happening because I saw the mailman, like the postal man, running on Sunday.
Uh-oh.
So you're never supposed to see him on Sunday. So
No, you're not. Sunday banking would be great for me. I can add it to my errands.
yeah. We also got like a whole nother podcast idea that we're probably gonna like shoot to y'all. Where it's gonna be like some other shit we're gonna talk about, but that's not today.
No, it's not.
Are we setting ourselves up for a Super Bowl rematch?
I say no. Long story short, no. I don't see so.
Which conference is more up for debate? The NFC?
In my opinion, the AFC.
The AFC?
Yes. There are a lot of different teams. Well, not a lot. There are a few different teams that I think could get KC up out of here. And you guys being one.
Well,
If the Ravens are healthy, they can get them.
We shot ourselves in foot. We're going to see about the Ravens here in a couple hours.
Yeah. That's just to name a few, but I just think they're food.
And that is the Chiefs.
Yes.
I wouldn't. You sound crazy calling the Chiefs food.
I do. I think they're food, though. That's my opinion.
But you sound absolutely crazy calling the Chiefs
Their
food.
offense is elite. Their defense, I do have questions about. And at the end of the day, in the playoffs, it's about running the football and playing defense.
They're gonna score. They're gonna keep scoring.
Okay.
They're gonna keep scoring. I'm not saying like my Browns don't have a chance or nothing like that. I'm saying I wouldn't outwardly disrespect them at any point.
I recognize that they're fresh off of a championship 2 years ago.
But they're not fool, man.
I think they're vulnerable in a playoff scenario.
God.
I do. I think somebody can beat them. Like they say, it's any given Sunday. Right?
Tell me if you know someone that needs Jesus.
So let me ask you a question. What are the two things that they say in football that you have to do in the playoffs? That's a must.
You got to run the ball,
Right?
and you got to play defense.
I pose this question about you guys. Do you run the ball with the best of them?
The absolute
And are you guys one of the better teams on defense?
no.
You're not?
No. I'm being so real. I just watched.
I know. I think
Billy Mills scored.
I think highly of you guys, and I'm projecting forward since we're talking about playoffs.
I'm being highly objective, and I'm saying no.
Okay.
Myles Garrett. You got a bunch of names.
You're a real dude because that's your squad and you're not biased.
You got a bunch of names.
You do.
I would be doing a disservice to these people here, man, to get on here and say, oh, the Browns got an elite defense.
I feel like they do.
They don't.
They didn't play like it. They didn't. That is one thing that I have to say. They haven't played like it. But I know what they could be.
I know what could be.
And you guys played them really, really tough.
That's the thing.
You lost a close one, but I do believe if you play them again, it could happen. Play them a second time. I do believe that that's not out of the realm of possibility in a win and go home that you guys couldn't win that game.
That'd be a third time, actually. That'd be a third time. I have one more question for you.
Sure.
Is Pat Mahomes Lamar Jackson's Tom Brady?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Go into this. You couldn't wait. I was going to lead off with this, but I'm not.
I'm a man of a certain age, so my favorite football player, just for people to know, is Peyton Manning. He's my favorite football player ever.
Okay.
If you were around outside, not just a casual football fan, you'd know that they played, I don't know how many times. Is it 14, 15 times throughout their span in the league? Regular season?
Way more than that.
More than that, right? I'm not sure. They're not in each other's conference, but it was always the matchup.
Well, they're in the same conference.
Not same division, excuse me. They're not in the same division, but they were primetime TV because they had the two greatest quarterbacks of that time.
You should just look that up. Just ask. Maybe ask Siri.
Hey, Siri. How many times have Tom Brady and Peyton Manning faced off?
Peyton Manning played for the Indianapolis Colts.
I knew that. Stat guy. Can you help us?
How many times have they played each other?
Well, I do know that Brady has more victories, I do believe. But as far as the competition,
I'm gonna tell you,
they were the guys, right?
And this is, it must have been a lot of times they played each other, or a lot of pivotal games between 2001 and 2006 when Peyton won. Because by the time Peyton Manning beat him, I don't know who was calling that game, but he said Peyton Manning has exorcised the demons. Like, oh my God! Like, this dude got more than a monkey off his back.
You know what was crazy about those rivalries? A lot of times Peyton had better stats in the game, but they just ended in a one result in the W column. So I don't know, man. I think to answer the question before, yes, it is. We're seeing the mirror image of this generation's Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. It's like Lamar's right there. As far as elite, great quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
I think Tom Brady and Peyton Manning were closer in their skill level.
Yeah, they were. And then these two could have a different skill
17 times.
So I was going to say 16.
So I was close. I said 15. So, yeah. But yeah, they, it's. And who's leading? I know it's Tom, but how much? How about how much?
Probably like
8-7. I mean,
no.
8. I don't know.
17 times. It's 11. It's
11, 12.
It's 11 to 6. Are we gonna call him Stat Man?
No, I was just being an asshole.
No.
He's more than a stat guy. I can't diminish my dude. But
but if he drops
in this moment, he's my stat guy. I mean,
if he dropping stats, then he dropping stats.
Yeah, listen.
So, with that said, I would say that
I think it is though.
He definitely is
11 to 6. Brady.
Yeah.
Right.
So Brady leaves at 11-6. It's not going to be obviously be any more games played because Manning's done. But Mahomes is getting that head start. And you know what?
He's winning at a faster pace right now. He is. He's out the gate with 1.
Lamar gonna have to be on his way to the Super Bowl if you want to beat. If you want to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, because it's not gonna be no early playoff matchup. It's gonna be for a trip to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Where's the Super Bowl this year, by the way?
SoFi Stadium.
SoFi. That stadium looks beautiful on television, and
I'm gonna do a pod from right outside SoFi when
you're about to be there in a few weeks live for that game.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the footage from that because That stadium is crazy.
So,
Is it the best?
It will be yet to be determined.
Okay, you'll get that.
Who impressed you the most today?
The reason why I said Aaron Donald, it was something that he did today.
Yeah,
and
you said
the manner that he did it. I mean, it's at this point.
He was moving grown men like chairs.
He got off they got the snap off. He bull rushed the offensive tackle, knocked him out of the way, saw the double team coming, spun off it to the right, and got to the quarterback right after he threw it and nailed him. I mean, it was the sequence. If you guys can find that play, and they'll show it in slow-mo, what he did is he harassed two grown-ass 300-pound men like they was kids.
Yeah, when you get to tossing around grown men, that's just a whole nother thing. Man. But I want to thank everybody for tapping in with us. We'll just bring y'all a little quick pod, episode 19. Stats and Facts.
Stats and Facts is in these streets.
Dead Serious Radio.
Dead.
Man, can I hear my song again, man? That's
You want
my
your
song.
outro?
Y'all not gonna hear this song nowhere else.
No, they're not.
Kind of like play it kind of low, man. Not low, but you know what I'm saying. I don't want it to like over. You know what I'm saying? That's Stats and Facts, y'all. Stats and Facts, episode 19. It has been fun, but it's time for Andrea's son to run.
Mm-hmm. We out of here, y'all. This nigga got up there swimming like Big Mama is